This conference will now be
I'll do
recorded.
it right now. Yeah. So, yep. So let me share my screen. First of all, apologies, guys. Today got into little traffic and all those things actually. And the setup also took some time for me in the Windows machine. So I'm starting the Windows machine after a couple of maybe months, I think. So that's the problem. So I hope you can see my screen. So let me know if it is not visible or it's not clear. So let's see about today actually. So let me take the chat. Like we need to do the setup today from. Okay. Where is the chat? Yep. So this is what yesterday we have seen actually the installation part of it. So today we'll see how it is done inside the Windows machine. So starting with the Java part actually. Okay, let me copy this, go to my Notepad++. So, okay, I don't have a Notepad. Okay. Okay, so this is the item that yesterday we were checking it out. So let's do the same thing in the Windows machine. So let's see how it is done. Okay, so first thing we need to do the Java part. So as you know, you need to go to the download JDK. Okay, and okay, let me see whether I started my recording. Yep, recording is there. Yeah, so you need to go to this website. So this is for Windows users actually. So yesterday we saw for Mac and today we'll see for Windows. So as usual, JDK23, let's have it. I'll go to Windows and how to find. So mostly now all the machines are 64-bit. So there is no need for a 32-bit actually. So you can download this either of these one. Actually, the last two one either of it. So if you ask me, I'll go with the exe version. So MSI is something like say it's similar to exe, but those process will be handled as part of the Windows component. So I wouldn't go for that. So I'll do this particular item exe because it's easy for me and it's easy for you as well. You can just give it a try. And MSc also you can try it out. It should be the same only, but it will be run as part of the background process as soon as you start your Windows. Okay, so MSI. So you can see the exe. So I click on it. Okay. Yeah, I think you can't see this one, but there is a pop-up available. You can click yes, and now you will see another pop-up coming in. Yeah, preparing to install. So this is how usually the installation happens. So I'll just keep the default settings, next, next, and it goes about. So let's wait for a few seconds to complete and then I'll show you the path in which you need to set it up. So did any of you try to set it in the Windows from yesterday's session by any chance?
Yes, I'm trying parallelly with you.
Hi,
Ah,
hi, hi, Arvind.
yeah, yes.
So I've downloaded. I've
Mm-hmm.
done with the Java.
Mm-hmm.
Then I've done with the Node.js
Okay,
and the
great.
npm,
Okay,
and I even installed a Geeko driver. Uh,
okay,
One
okay.
thing is Automator 2,
UI Automator
Chromium,
too? Yes.
UI Automator 2,
Yes.
Chromium, and
Chromium,
Espresso,
okay.
and Espresso.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very well sufficient. Yes, thanks for that. Yeah, so that should be fine. So, did you face any issues or something like that, or like it was a
No,
easy?
no,
No.
it has installed the latest versions like 5.1 for espresso or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Latest
yeah, yeah.
version the npm has installed.
Oh, okay, okay, fine, fine. Then fine, then fine, then it's fine. Yeah, yeah. Thanks
So,
for
so,
the update. Yeah.
so one question, Arvind, I have I have a Windows machine. So
Mhm.
I'd gone through the course content, but I could see the Xcode or iOS one full
Yes.
module.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a bigger module actually. So that's why I didn't cover it at the first thing. So I kept it at like maybe after this Android, I'll do it up actually. So it's a very big content. So just I kept it at the last. Yeah.
Should
So
I
that
should
needs,
should I buy
yeah.
a Mac machine now?
Uh, okay. So this question, uh, actually it's up to you. Actually, I would tell. Because like if you're interested in the Mac ecosystem, you can definitely go for it. I wouldn't say it as a no, but in case if you're not able to buy it or something like that, definitely there are other ways to do it up. But other ways in the sense you can connect it to a cloud mission and then you can do
Okay.
it up. But again, that costs you around like 39 to $45 per month to connect
Oh,
it and do it up. But it's up to you. It's a personal preference, I would tell. So
yeah,
yeah,
because Mac supports both, right?
yeah, Mac supports both. Yes, that's true. Yes.
Yeah, that's my fault that I brought Windows machine. Okay, it's okay,
And
Arvind.
yeah, because like
Small
Mac
doubt here.
is, yeah. Yes.
So, is it possible to install a Mac in Mac OS in VM or something?
Yeah, I tried that option. Unfortunately, Mac images are not available, but Windows images are available, which you can use it in a Mac. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. No. So there is something called a virtual desktop available. So you can install that, and through that you can install a Windows machine inside a Mac. That is possible. But inside a Windows machine, you can't install a Mac image. So that's quite not possible. Okay. So yep. So this is the Java installation. Okay. So I can give it as a close right now. And let me go to my terminal. So usually when I go to my terminal, I can give it over here as a command prompt. Okay. Sorry. And you can see it over here. I can give Java space double hyphen version, and then you can see the 23 version available. But let me show you where it will be available. You can go to your folders. Okay, see, that means this PC. See, program files, Java, and you can see have two versions, JDK 21 and JDK 23. Okay, two versions I have. So how to configure it? So you can go to the start menu, edit the system variables. If you have access to this one, if you're using a personal machine, definitely you'll have access to this one. But if you're using an office machine or office laptop or desktop, so you will not be having access to it. So that's a pretty secured one. So you need to go to your the second option, edit environment variables for your account. In case if it is your what to say, in case if it is your office laptop or you don't have the admin access for your machine, then you need to use this option. If you have all the access rights, then you can go for this specific mission option, I would say. So I have, this is my mission, so I have an access. So I'll click it over here. Then I have the environment variables. Then here you can see there is something called a Java home available. So you can edit it and you can give the path. So usually till this JDK, we will copy it, we will paste it and give it a OK. So that throughout the mission, this it will be taken. and similarly there is a path available already. So this one we need to create it up. Okay, so usually you will not have this one, so it will be something like this. So you can create it as a new, give it java underscore home, and then you can paste the path. Okay, click on okay. Pretty
So
simple.
for user variables, we directly mention it on the path, right?
Yeah, the same process. If it's a user variable, again click on new, give something like java underscore home, and then the path. Same process, nothing different. Okay, is it clear? Any doubts so far?
Yeah, good.
No, no doubts.
Okay, so then you can go to the path variable. As you can see, the path variable is available both at the system level and again at the account level. So just you can edit it, and as you can see it till the bin path, you can give it up. So technically, if you didn't mention it, it will not be available. So you need to click on new and provide the path along with slash bin. So that how you can derive it. You can go over here, the same path. You have a bin folder, just open it, copy the path and edit it, paste it. That's it. Okay, and click on OK. Simple as it is. Then similarly, like say user variable. So this is optional. If you have access towards the system variable, nothing to do with the user variable. You don't need to do anything on the user variable level. But if you don't have to the system level, you don't have access to the system level, then you need to do it at the user variable level. Okay, that's the thumb rule. Okay, so now this is done. So you have it ready over here. Okay, so before we set the path itself, sometimes it pops up, but it is always better to set the path, because when you install an Eclipse or IntelliJ, you can pick it from that particular path, or by default it picks from that particular path. So that's the reason. And similarly, like, you can click on OK and apply it. And similarly, you need to have your Node.js. So you can go over here and there is something like Node.js download. Okay, so I've already downloaded it. Let me show it to you, but I'll re-download it for you because it's an older version. So you can give Node.js space double hyphen version. Sorry, Node hyphen version. Okay, so you can see 22. Okay, I have the latest version, I think. Yeah, so this is the latest version I'm having. But if you need to go to the pre-built installer, you can see it automatically populates. Like if you recollected from yesterday's video, it showed me a Mac and ARM64, but today it is like say Windows machine, since I logged in through a Windows machine and the 64-bit. So you can download this one. So I've already having the same version, so I wouldn't download it again, or I
So
wouldn't run it again.
what is a FNM? So
This is in the package, man. This is for the Linux machine, I would say. Through the Linux way, you can download it. Commands.
okay, like yeah.
Yeah, so we have NVM, FNM, Brew. Brew is for Mac OS. Chocolatey is like related to again the Linux terminal. Okay, and Docker is something like an image available. Yeah, so
So for
it's
Windows, we
like,
go for pre-built, right?
yeah, we can go for Windows pre-built. You can also use this FNW, but you need to have a PowerShell configured in order to run this command. Okay,
Okay,
so
thank you.
technically in some machines like PowerShell will be already available. Like you can see it over here, Windows PowerShell is there. So through this way also you can install it up. But in some machines you don't have it up. I'm not sure how does it work, but I've seen in some machine the PowerShell may not be available. You need to install it from the Linux kernel or something like that.
Hello.
Yes.
Good morning. Yeah. Hi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So that's why like we go for the pre-built
ಹಾ ರೀ
installer. So
ಆರಾಮ್
that,
ನೀವ್ ಹೆಂಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಆರಾಮ್ರಿ
yep. Sorry. Is there
ಹಾ ಹಾ
something?
ಹಾ ಹಾ ರೀ Okay.
Okay.
Andre in
Okay. Yeah, just I muted actually, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So this is how it will be there. Okay. And yeah, so I have the same version, but let me show it to you how the installation happens. So you have this one, so just double click it and the installation happens like this. You can need to click next. So you might not get this screen because since I already have it, so it's showing me. For you, you can click next by default and it will be installed. Pretty simple. Okay. So and then you can give a finish. And where does this node.js get stored? Pretty simple. So again, you need to go to this PC, C, users, and go to your machine name, and there will be something called app data. In case if you are not able to see this app data, it will be seen under the hidden. So you can go to the view, and there is a show hidden items. If you enable this option, the hidden items will be enabled for you to view. Okay, pretty simple. And then you can see the app data. So don't panic if you don't see the app data. So just you need to click on this option, whatever I'm highlighting it now, and then it will be visible. Okay, hope it's clear. And then you need to go to the app data, local, and then there will be something called your Appium. Just a minute. Yeah, you can go to roaming npm node modules. So this is the APM part. Don't go for this one. Just a minute. Yeah, sorry, you can go to this node.js itself actually. Okay, you can set this path. So you can go to this node.js. Don't go to this particular path, app data. I'll tell you how to use this app data in later point. Okay, so just you can go to this C program files node.js. So here it will be installed for you, and the same manner whatever we did for your Java home. So you can go to your edit system environment variables, edit variable, and here no need to set any Java, no need to set any node home. Directly go to your path, edit it, and first check whether it's already available. Okay, so most of the time this particular path which I'm highlighting should be already available as and when you install your node.js. In case if it is not available, then you can add this one. Okay, pretty simple. So most of the time it will be available. Once you install, it will be already available. Okay, it will create the particular variable itself, so there is no issues. But in case if this is not available, again you need to give a new and add it up. Okay. Then click on OK. So then you can get your node version, double-version, and then you can have the npm space double-version. So this is how basically it works. Okay, so any doubts here so far till now? And similarly, once you install your node in npm, so we need to have your Appium. So what I need to do it is like, so let me go to my notepad which we created yesterday. So already I've installed my Appium. Let me see what is the version. Yes, double-version. Okay, 20.12.1. Okay, fine. So let's try to reinstall it. So there wouldn't be any change, but if you want to install it up, you can. Okay, where's the command? Okay, npm npm install -g apm. So you can give this command over here. So this will install your apm. Okay, for me it's already installed the latest version. So it will try to check it and update the packages if it is required. If not, it will tell us like already installed. Okay, but you, when you're trying to install in a Windows machine, you need to go through this process. Okay, so let's wait for a few seconds. So this warning, just leave it up, ignore it. Yep. So you can see it's not installed, it just updated the packages. So since I've already installed it up, and you can see to update the npm. Okay, so your version new patch of npm is available. So my existing is like 10.9.0, but the new version is 10.9.1, so it doesn't make a big difference. But in case if you want to update it separately, you can use this command. Okay, so let me update it as well. It's not going to harm it anyway, so it is how it installs. Okay. Okay, so this is how it works. And after this one, so we have like
So,
apm driver
yeah,
space
higher win.
list. Ah, yes.
So usually, so even when I use Cypress, I used to
Mhm.
notice the same NPM fund. So what is this?
Actually, npm fund, if I try to recollect it, it is something like a dependent jar files. It will just upload the dependent jar files actually. So it does nothing but it just cross checks whether the interdependencies are available or not. So it will
Okay.
update the interdependencies actually.
Okay. So now
So what is
Appium has been
-g?
installed.
Yes, Appium is installed. So we are going to check about the drivers which is available. So that's going to be available over here. Yeah. Okay. So if I click Appium driver list, you get the list of drivers which is already installed. So I'm a Windows user today. So you can see only UI Expresso, and Windows is not a must actually. So I was just doing a trial and error on this one. So that's why I installed it. And Chromium, you can install it up, no problem, shouldn't be an issue. But how do you install it? Let me show the document actually. So it will be like apm install driver and the name of the driver, for example UI automator 2. Paste it, enter it. Okay. Okay, forgot the command, just a moment.
So I tried the same, but Appium is not
Mhm.
installed actually. I got the same note
Mhm.
warnings, whatever you have.
But is there any errors or something that is showing it up?
No, there is no error. Exactly the same how it looks on your system.
Okay, that means can you try like say apm space double hyphen version? So something like this,
Let me try.
apm space double hyphen version.
Appium is not recognized as internal or external command. So it means that Appium
Okay.
not installed inside in
Okay,
the
so
disk.
when you give npm install hyphen g apm, so it shows this warning error, you mean this
Yes,
first
yes,
three lines. And
yes.
after that, does it show any like installed apm or something like this, or how is it?
Three warning: add six packages, remove 29 packages, and
Mhm.
change 417 packages in 26 seconds.
Mhm.
58 packages are looking for funding. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's it.
npm notice, npm new miner, the same whatever that is.
Whatever I'm getting it. Okay,
Yes.
no problem. Then what you can do it is like say, let me open this and come back on this one. Okay, so then what you can do it is like go to C users, your name of your mission, app data, local, and okay, not in sorry, app data, roaming, go to npm, check whether these files are available, apm in this path. So if it is available, then it should be fine. If not, let me think about it. What might be the other issue? So is it available for you, these packages?
Yes, yes, available.
So all this APM is available. Okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
Is it possible to share my screen?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Yes, let's check it out. How to set the path for Java once my network is not. Okay, sure, Rishabh. Yeah, I'll tell it up. Yeah. So,
I think
yeah.
as I was sharing,
May I
it's
know your name, please? Sorry.
Indra.
Indra. Okay, I hope this is your name. Make as
Yes.
presenter. Click yes. Yeah, now you should be able to share it.
Yes. One second. Can you see? Can you able to see?
Yes, I'm able to see it up. Yes. Okay, so it's available. Okay. Okay, fine. Can you try it from the command prompt? Let's see. APM space. Okay, this is fine.
npm
Not APM. APPIUM.
okay,
IUM
space
space double hyphen version. Okay, APM is not recognized or internal. Okay. Okay. Mm, then what we can do? What are the other ways? Okay. So then what you can do? Just we will. Okay. So close this command prompt. Can you open the command prompt as an administrator? Maybe. Try to search it. Yeah. Can you try APM hyphen version?
yes, now it can get.
Now it is showing, right?
Yes,
Okay.
maybe
So
some
let
admin
me.
privileges blocking it.
Yeah, I think it is installed. So every time I think you need to open as an administrator and then use it if you want an APM. Yeah. So the
You want
user in which you logged in the command prompt, that user doesn't have the access, admin access, I guess.
okay, okay.
So here you
So
can try.
it doesn't impact, right? It's
It
all
doesn't impact actually. It doesn't impact.
okay.
So the user in which it's installed, it doesn't have the access to it, to all the files in the system. That's it.
Okay, cool. I'm
That's the
quitting the
reason.
share.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so you can give a APM driver list over here. Okay, and then you can install the drivers. Just a minute. Oh, it's not showing. Okay, let me open it inside my Word. Just a minute, guys. Let it open. I'll show you the command. So do you have all do you have this document by any chance?
Yeah, no, we don't have it.
Okay, no problem. I'll send it today. Yeah. So you can have it. I just need to swap it. Okay, Appium. Sorry, Appium driver, and then install the name of the driver. Click on enter. So you can see my current version is 3.8.1. So this will mean that Appium update. Okay, so you can see there is an update command as well. So you can give it Appium update. So there will be an update operation available, but when you do it, it will provide this particular update UI automata. Okay, now you can see my previous version was 3.8. I'm updating it, so you can see 3.9.1. So that's the UI automator version. I have it. I'll be getting it, I mean. And for Windows machine, these two items is fine, and Chromium is not a mandatory thing, but still good to have actually. So let it install. Yeah, let's wait for a few seconds. Maybe meanwhile, if you guys want to install it, you can install it up. Let's wait for, okay, so you can see it's got updated. Similarly, I can install, like, say, the another thing actually. So let me give it this command. In the name of the driver, you need to provide the driver name. So that's pretty simple, I would say. So I'll ping you this one. Okay, so I'll tell you the path actually, don't worry, Rishabh. Okay, so UI automator, the next one is going to be, if you want to update it, espresso is there, so I can update the espresso. Okay, sorry, enter it. So it will check if it's an update. So a small update is available, so you can use it up. And similarly, like Chromium, so I've installed it. I have not installed. Yeah, let's try to install it up. Okay. Yeah. Do we need to raise all drivers? No, just three drivers is fine actually. UI Automator is mandatory, I would say. Espresso is optional, and Chromium is again optional. So UI Automator is a must, Espresso and Chromium is not a mandatory. Okay, but it's good to have it. Some features we can use it from there. Okay, and this is only for your Windows. Okay, for Mac you can install all these things. Shouldn't be an issue because Mac can work on Android and iOS, both it's compatible. So you need to install all these things. Okay, hope that is clear. So now we need to install Chromium Appium driver, install, and then we have Chromium. Okay, enter it, and this is how you can install it up for the first time users. Just note it down. So Appium driver install Chromium. So this is for your Chromium. So I'll send you this notepad as well. Okay, so this is for installation of new driver for Appium. And similarly, if you want to update a driver, so that you can, where is my mouse? Yeah, updation. So this is something like say update the Appium driver. Appium driver, yes. So what is it actually? See, Kunal, Appium installer. Yeah, try the same way, Anu. Maybe open your command prompt as a administrator and try to run it. Yeah, I think you have the same problem. I think. Okay, so okay, just getting back to the question. So to show how to set the Java path, you can go to the start menu and you can type edit the system edit. You can just type edit actually. So if you have access to this system environment variable, you can use this one. But unfortunately, in case if your laptop or desktop is office items, then you can go with the variables of the account. Okay, so both is fine actually completely. The difference is like if you set it at the system level, it will be applicable globally. But if you set it at the account level, it will be applicable only to your user access, not to the entire machine. Okay, you can click on this one system level. Since I have access, I can click on edit, and you can, since the system level, as you can see, it's at the bottom, you can click on new, mention java underscore home, and the path. So path is nothing but you can go to this PC, see program files, and then you can have it as a Java. Okay, and then whichever the Java version you want. So for us, obviously you might not have multiple, but in case if you have multiple, be more specific. So like how I'm doing it now, Control C, and then you can, sorry, and then you can paste it, and then click on OK. Since I already have this one, so I'll cancel it for now. So hope is it clear, Vrisha? Maybe. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for the confirmation. Yeah. So this is how basically it works. I think someone raised the hand. Okay, Anu. Okay. Yeah. Fine. I hope that's the doubt. So this is how you need to install it up and the Appium part. And in case if you like say the next step would be like say installation of Android Studio. So this is the bigger part where you can start an emulator and all those things. Actually, you can connect your device and play around with that. So let's start with the Android Studio installation. So Android Studio. So Android Studio is nothing but it's a IDE for Android app development. So it's nothing to do with the testing, I would say. Just we are going to use to install the Android SDK. You can install the Android SDK with the help of Android Studio in a very easy manner. Okay, so just to put a question, so what is SDK? Maybe anyone in the group you can answer. What is SDK?
Software development kit.
Yes, exactly. And can someone tell, like, say, whoever is using your Android mobile, what is your SDK? If someone asks you, what do you tell them actually?
APK.
APK.
Okay, so any other answer? Okay, no problem. So actually, APK is a good answer, but it's nothing to do with the software development kit. So like APK is something like, say, it is technically it's the package name, or like say package extension name of the Android app. Okay, but SDK in the sense it's dealing with the software version of the device that you're going to use. So in case of Android, so basically they have it as an API level. Okay, so starting, I think the latest API level is 35, which is nothing but your Android 15. So SDK is nothing but your API level 35, and that refers to your Android version inside your device. Okay, so this SDK is installed with the help of this Android Studio. Okay, so that's the reason we are installing your Android Studio. And how to install it? So is this clear, this point? So software development kit in the sense what software we are using it inside your device. So that's what we are referring it to a software SDK. So sorry, the SDK. Okay. So there are different levels. So the latest one being the Android 15. So the previous one was Android 14, 13, 12, and it goes up. So I think they left out the name actually. Usually when we refer the software version in Android, so usually they give like different names, like say jelly bean, ice cream sandwich, and so on. So actually, but right now I don't think so. The name is any of relevant. So they are referring it as an Android 15, 14, 13 like that, and each level or each version of Android has an API level. So it's the latest one being the 35. So how you can identify this one is like, just go to your google.com. Okay, so just type in API level for Android. So for each version, so you have, don't go with this one, so this is the official website, Android developers. So there you'll have the official versions. Okay, so you can see it over here. So Android 16 is also now in the development, but if you see Android 15 API level 35, 14 34, and then it goes about like this. Okay, just this is for your reference, a general knowledge perspective, but it's not going to do anything with your testing. It's good to know topic. Okay. Sorry Sanjay, what is ADK? Maybe did you misspell it or something like that? Oh, no problem. Do let me know if something is there.
Is there any point of like Android development kit like that that would be belongs to Android Studio?
Sorry, I didn't get that. How is it? Sorry, can you come again?
Uh, is there any ADK, we call it Android development kit like that, like similarly Java development kit we
Ah,
have, right?
no, 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 no. We don't have ADK. Sorry, we don't have that one. So instead of that only, we have the SDK, software development kit. Yes. To my knowledge, I don't have anything as that I know it as a ADK. Okay, so ADK, I'm not. sure. I have never heard about it previously. Yeah. Okay. So it's like SDK available, JDK available. Yeah, that's pretty much yes. Okay. So then how do we download it? Your Android Studio. So just you need to have it something. Let's say Android Studio download. Just click over here. So you have this first link, Android developers link. So again, this is the same thing based on your machine. It automatically detects, and then you can directly download it actually. So this download is a quite big one. So it takes 2 GBs, I would say. So if you click on it, you can see it's almost like, yeah, 1.1 GB. Okay, so you can download it. So this is the link for it. Let me copy the link.
What is that ladybug? Is it a kind of version?
Version, yes, exactly. So that's the version name. So that's the version name of it. So Ladybug is the version. I think previously there was a different name, different versions, but Ladybug is the latest version. So let's use the latest version. So I think I already have it, Android Studio. So it's again a simple installation only. Just click next, next, and it should be fine. Yeah, I have the Ladybug. Yes. Okay. So let me close everything and then restart it actually. Okay, so no need to download this. I already downloaded it. So once you download this one, right, so just run through it. Okay,
So we
let's
need to keep any environment variable for this path or
yes, we need, yeah, we need to have it. Yes, so I'll tell you that. Just a second, there is one checkpoint I forgot to tell when you're installing your Android Studio. So let it install, I'll tell you. Oh, sorry, let it download, I'll tell you. Okay, just a few more seconds. Okay, it is done. Okay. So let's go to the downloads path. I would say you have this one, so just double click it and you will be notified to download a SDK over here itself. So that's the reason I wanted to show you. Okay, just 5 more minutes, I'll be done. Okay, so just to till setup of the Android Studio, and then we will do the emulator part tomorrow. And during the emulator part, I'll tell you about the architecture, how it works, your Appium. Okay.
what is the duration of the course?
Usually it comes around like 45 to 50 hours actually. So why it doesn't open? Just a second. Ah, okay, it opens here. Okay, so you can see it's verifying it. Maybe since I've already installed, there might be some skip in the steps, I guess. Let me see it. Yeah, so you can see C program files, Android Studios. This is the path. Ah, okay, it's trying to uninstall my previous version. Okay, so click on next, click on yes, continue it, let it uninstall, click on next. So you can see Android Studio and Android Virtual Device both are required. Click on next, next, install it. So installation will be quite fast, but after that the slow time starts actually. I'll tell you. So once you install, there will be SDK version. It will ask you to install. So you need to install a SDK, the software development kit for your virtual devices. Okay. But here the thing is, like, say, three paths we need to make sure whether it is available or not. I'll tell you what are those three paths. Okay, it's completed. Click on next. Start Android Studio. So let's start it up. Okay, the first thing that you need to do over here is, like, say, so usually you don't have a device. So let me delete the device and let's keep it fresh. Okay, so you also will not have this one. Since I already created a project, it's available over here, but for you it will be like simple as it is. Let me show it up. New project. So for you it will ask like this, okay, initially. So this is nothing but it's like Android app that you're creating it, and your Android Studio provides a template for your app. Okay, initial template. Okay, so you can select any of these things, shouldn't be an issue. So I'll just select the basic one, click next, and then you can see the application name. You can provide anything, and then this is the package name that it will have it, and what language. You can select two language, like in the first session we discussed, right? Your Android apps will be developed in either of these two languages, Java or Kotlin. So this can be anything, and this is the one. So minimum SDK level, the software development kit that is minimum used is 14. So you can also change it to 35 is not the okay. Let's have it as 14 itself. I'll tell you where to download the 35. Okay, so and then this build configuration language, it can be Kotlin, so shouldn't be an issue. And then you can click on finish. Okay, so and now inside this Android Studio, where can I check the SDK downloaded and all those things? Let me show it to you. So you can see this is my old project. So I'll close this one, and this is my new project. So inside this Android Studio, where can I check about the SDK version? So click on this settings, SDK manager, and then this is the path. So this path, copy it, go to the Windows, the start menu, edit, the same option, system environment variable, and go to your create a Android home. So for now this is not available, assume a scenario, and then I'll create new Android underscore home, paste the path. Pretty simple. Click on OK. So that whenever you open your Android, it always refers to this path, or all your SDK installation will have in this path. Click on OK and OK. And to download your Android 15, pretty simple. You can see two versions of Android 15. So just you can install it. Click on this checkboxes under the SDK platform, and if you click show package detail, so you can see what are the packages that will be installed. It will be available. Click on apply, and you can see it's asked for you to confirm it. So it will be using 600 MB out of my 234 GB. Click on OK, and it will start to install the SDK version. So what is the importance of this SDK version is like what device you're going to use. So that respective software versions SDK need to be available on this machine in order to debug it or run anything. Pretty simple. Okay, so if you are using an Android 14, Android 14 should be available. If you're using an Android 10, Android 10 SDK should be available. So that is how basically it works.
Yeah. Thank you, Arvind.
Yeah. So this installation will take us some amount of time. Okay. And
Arvind, when can
meanwhile,
we get this video like recording session?
most probably tomorrow morning you can get it up. Yeah. So now I think in India it will be pretty late. So I think no one works. So by morning you'll be getting it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the other settings that you need to do it is like once you install this one, you can check it. You can go to this PC, see users over here. So there should be app data, local, Android. So in this specific path, all your SDKs should be available once you install it. So let me ping this path. Okay, so it's the common path for everyone. Just you need to change the name. My mission's name is ARAVI. Just change it to your mission name accordingly. It's pretty much okay.
How to get the Android location for the
Ah,
environment
and
variable? Yeah, you already.
yeah, okay, I'll
Yeah, yeah.
tell you that too. Okay, so go to the Android Studio. Okay, so there is at the top settings is available. Okay, so it's installed. Finish. Click on OK. So the settings and SDK manager, you get this path. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, and the path, you need to have these platforms, and you can have the platform tools, and some people will have tools extra, but if it is not available, no issues. So these two paths you need to mention it. Okay, so where do we mention it? So we need to go to the edit again, the same one, enter it, and environment variables, and inside the path level under the systems, edit it, you need to mention it here. So you can see I even mentioned the SDK, but this is not a mandatory SDK because already you set it up inside the Android Studio. Okay, Android Home, I mean to say, but these two are mandatory. So why these two are mandatory is like, say these two will help, like say if you open that particular folder and see, all your SDK version will be available. Okay, and the ADB as well, it will be available. So I'll come to the ADB at later point, but these two, if you don't mention it, sometimes your machine will not recognize the Android version if you connect your device, and if you give the ADB commands also, it will not be recognized. Okay, so that's the reason we need to mention it inside the path level to identify the ADB commands as well as the SDK versions. Okay, so let me ping this path as well. So recordings mostly tomorrow morning it will be available, but let me check if they can do it later once the class is done, but I'm not sure on that 100% because people don't work late. Okay, so that's the reason. Yeah, morning as soon as they are in, you should be getting the recording in the WhatsApp group. Yes. Okay, so this is how you install your Android Studio, you install your SDK. Okay, so tomorrow session we'll start an emulator. We'll try to connect the real device, configure the real device, Android device. First we'll check the Android part completely and then we'll move towards the iOS. Okay, so just try to install this one. So if any doubts, kindly let me know in the WhatsApp chat or in the next day's session, so that it'll be easy for us to solve the issues then and there. because installation in Appium is a pretty difficult one, so that's the reason. Sometimes we might encounter some errors, sometimes it might be an easy task, so it depends actually on your mission, individual missions, I would say. Okay, so any concerns or queries, just kindly let us know. We are open for feedbacks. So I hope you have Mr. Kumar's number actually. So let me project it quickly so that any enrollments, anything related to the course or something like that, you can just have a quick chat with him and it will be really helpful for us. Yeah. Okay. So any questions, we can have it. If there is no questions, feel free to drop off and apologize for today. So tomorrow it doesn't happen. So I had some pretty login issues and traffic and other stuff. Tomorrow as usual we'll be on time, so we'll wait for 3 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, and then we'll start the session. Yeah. Okay, so if there is no doubts, have a great evening ahead and meet you all tomorrow. And thanks for the time and thanks for the interacting with you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead and have a good night.